motherfucker.
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
That are in those training
Real quick.
but now we're gonna get a good. I'm not fucking with this guy. I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Tuesday, December 28, 2021. Got a big slate of college bowl games today. First day that we have like 4 or 5 college football bowl games. Have some NBA games tonight that we'll jump into as well. Don't have any NFL tonight. I don't think there's any more NFL till Saturday. I think this is the first week where there isn't no Thursday night games. But no, we got, like I said, we got quite a few college bowl games today. Actually, one starts here at 12:30. Is when the first one starts. We'll talk about that. But real quick before we get into that, don't forget the rest of this week we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern to finish out this week with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Starting January 3rd, Easy Money, which is next Monday, Easy Money will be moving to 1 p.m. Eastern every day. Still be Monday through Friday, just going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then GSR will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow and 1 p.m. this Friday. But then starting January 3rd, GSR will still be on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, but it'll be at 7 p.m. in the evening. Going to do an evening show, so Easy Money will be at 1. GSR will be at 7 p.m. Eastern, so starting this Monday. But for the rest of the week, it'll be our old schedule, which is 11 a.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Eastern. Also, you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form at Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about our shows. Our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, get put on our social media account. Interview announcements, any announcement, like any big show announcement, or actually any announcement at all about our show, goes to social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. You can find me at Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, Chris Gonzalez at Gonzalez Sports on Twitter, and Chris Gonzalez at Instagram. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have hats, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve tees, beanies, a bunch of different things on there. We'll have some new Easy Money and GSR gear dropping here at right around the first of the year. So keep your eye on for that. We just had a new GWR shirt drop a couple weeks ago. Go check that out. And get you some GWR gear as well. Tonight, we do have a show tonight. We have a GWR live show tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Pro wrestler Gavin Alexander will be joining us. We got to watch him wrestle probably about a month ago in Bloomington at MPG. So it should be a very interesting conversation tonight. So come join us for that. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Gavin Alexander will be joining us. But all right, let's jump into these bowl games. We'll start with the college football bowl games. First game we have starts at 12:30 today. You have Houston versus Auburn. This game is almost a pick 'em. Auburn's a half-point favorite. They're minus 108 on the money line. Houston's minus 112 on the money line. Basically a pick 'em. Over-unders at 50.5. This has went down, moved some because this was at 2.5. This is moving closer to Houston because lot of key players, big key players for Auburn, are not playing in this game. Because of that reason, well, let's see. Houston's 11-2 on the season. Auburn is 6-6. Houston is 7-6 ATS. They're coming off a loss to Cincinnati in their conference championship game. Auburn is 6-6. They're 6-6 ATS. They're coming off a loss to Alabama in their last game. But here's where it gets bad for Auburn. The QB Nix is out. The top running back Shores is out. One of the wide receivers is out. A lot of guys have opted out of this game, and so I like Houston in this game. I was going to take earlier in the week it was at 2+2.5, but I'd take a Houston money line in this game. I think Houston's going to win this game. Over under 50.5. Man, that's a lot of points. Both these teams' offenses are capable of scoring, but like I said, Auburn missing players. I maybe would lean toward the under the 50.5, but what the play I really like on this game is Houston money line. All right, next game we have starts at 3:20. It's Air Force against Louisville. This game is a pick 'em as well. Louisville's -114 on the money line. Air Force is -106 on the money line. They have Louisville as a half-point favorite. Over-under is 54.5. Air Force is 9-3 on the season. They have a strong running game, and they score a lot of points. They've scored at least 35 points their last 3 games. Louisville is 6-6. They do have their top quarterback, Cunningham. He's thrown for 37 touchdowns, but their top 4 receivers are not playing in this game. I think Louisville's going to have trouble stopping Air Force's run game. I like Air Force on the money line in this game. Then at 6:50 this evening, you have Mississippi State at Texas Tech. Mississippi State is 7-5. Texas Tech is 6-6. Mississippi State is a 9.5-point favorite in this game. They're -375 on the money line. Texas Tech is +285 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 58.5. Mississippi State is 7-5. They're last in the country in rushing, but they're third in the FBS in passing yards per game. They average 386 passing yards a game. Texas Tech have a pretty decent rush defense, but their passing defense is not real good. Texas Tech is 6-6, but they allow over 270 yards passing per game. I think Texas Tech is going to have trouble keeping up with Mississippi State in this game. But man, 9.5 points is a lot of points. I know Texas Tech is missing some players, and they have a new offensive coordinator. Things are all in a bunch. So I'm going to go with Mississippi State at the -9.5. Like I said, 9.5 is a lot of points. But that'd be my play on this game. Over under 58.5. I'll lean toward the under. Then at 8 o'clock tonight, you have NC State against UCLA. NC State's a 2-point favorite. They're -140 on the money line. UCLA is +114 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 60. UCLA is 8-4 on the season. They're also 8-4 ATS. They average 37 points per game and 441 yards a game. NC State is 9-3, 7-5 ATS. They have a strong defense. They allow 19.7 points a game and only 330 yards a game. I like NC State here because of their defense at the -2. NC State -2. I like the under the 60. And then the last bowl game of the evening is West Virginia against Minnesota. This game starts at 10:15 tonight, Eastern time. Minnesota is 5-point favorites. They're minus 205 on the money line. West Virginia is plus 164 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 45. West Virginia is 6-6. One of their best players, their top running back, Letty, is not playing in this game. That's going to hurt them a lot. Minnesota is 6-6. They're strong defensively, and they're 6-2 ATS their last 8 games. I just don't know if West Virginia will be able how many points they'll be able to put up on this Minnesota defense. But Minnesota is not the strongest offensively either. I'm gonna go with Minnesota at the -5 because they're big. They're a Big Ten team, and I know they're battle tested. West Virginia missing their top weapon offensively scares me away from West Virginia. So I like Minnesota at the -5. Over under 45. I would lean toward the over. Right? No, I'm wrong. Under. Because they don't have their top weapon. And Minnesota's strong defensively, but they're not. It's not like they're real strong offensively. So I like the under there. All right. Let's see. Let's move over to the NBA. Got a pretty decent slate of NBA games tonight. Start out with the Milwaukee Bucks at the Orlando Magic. The Bucks are 14.5-point favorites. Over under for this game is set at 215.5. Orlando is one of the worst teams in the league. The Bucks have been playing a lot better here lately. 14.5 points owes a lot of points. What I like in this game is the over the 215.5. Next game, 76ers at the Toronto Raptors. The 76ers are 6.5-point favorites. Over under for this game is at 211.5. The Raptors play good defense. They can struggle scoring sometimes. The Sixers have been playing pretty well, but I like the Raptors in this spot at the plus 6.5, and I like the over the 211.5. Then you got the Washington Wizards at the Miami Heat. The Heat are 6.5-point favorites at home. Over-unders at 208. I like the over the 208 in this game. I kind of lean toward Miami here, but 6.5, like I said, is quite a few points. I think the Heat win this game, but I do like the over the 208. Then you have the New York Knicks at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Knicks are 3.5-point favorites on the road. Over under is 213.5. This should be a good game. Kemba Walker's came in and gave the Knicks a spark here the last few games after they wasn't going to play him no more. Timberwolves are not a slouch team, though. They'll compete. I like the Timberwolves in this game at the plus 3.5. Then you have the Los Angeles Lakers at the Houston Rockets. Lakers are 5-point favorites on the road. Over-under is 226.5 for this game. Excuse me. The Rockets started out bad. Then they went on a little bit of a run. Been playing a little better. I don't think they're going to have enough to stay with the Lakers. I like the Lakers here at the -5. I'd like the under the 226.5 in that game. I lean toward the under. Then we get the Cleveland Cavaliers at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Cavs are 5-point favorites on the road. Over-unders at 213. Pelicans are one of the worst teams in the league. The Cavs actually are a surprise team. They've been playing well. I like the Cavs in this game at the -5. Next game is the Denver Nuggets at the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 6.5-point favorites at home. Over-under for this game is at 217.5. Warriors have been one of the best teams in the league so far, and they're still missing some big players with Klay Thompson and Wiseman. The Nuggets have been battling injuries all year. Jokic is playing at an MVP level, but he just hasn't had the help. Porter Jr.'s been hurt. Murray's been hurt. They've just been decimated. I think Barton was hurt. They've been decimated with injuries. I like the Warriors in this game, but 6.5 points scares me a little bit just because of the way NBA games can end. So I like the over the 217.5 in this game. All right, next game is the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Sacramento Kings. The Kings are 5-point favorites at home. Over-under for this game is at 223.5. The Thunder started out struggling bad, then they picked it up and went on a little bit of a run. The Kings are just so inconsistent. I think the Kings could be a good team. They're just inconsistent. One game they'll look tough. The next game they can't hit no shots. I like De'Aaron Fox. He's a solid player. He just don't have enough help on that team yet. This is a game I'd probably stay away from. I kind of lean toward the Thunder here at the +5. And I like the under the 223.5. All right, that's all the NBA games for today. Got a few college basketball games tonight. You have Alabama State at Texas Tech. Texas Tech is 29.5-point favorites at home. Over-under for this game's at 135.5. Texas Tech wins this game, but I'm not giving up 29.5 points. That's just too many points. Then you have North Alabama at Gonzaga. Gonzaga is 32.5-point favorites at home. Over-under for this game is at 143.5. I think I would like I would lean toward the under the 143.5 in that game. Then you have Grambling State at Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois is 16.5-point favorites at home. Over-under for this game is at 126.5. Yeah, let's see who else we got. Northwestern State at Baylor. Baylor's 38.5-point favorites. Over-under's 143.5. And like I said, that's just another game where the spread's just too much. Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. Notre Dame is 4-point favorites on the road. Over-under for this game's at 126. I like Notre Dame -4, and I like the over the 126 in this game. Then we have Lehigh at Maryland. Maryland is 21.5-point favorites. Over-under is 135.5. I would lean toward Maryland in this game, but 21.5 is just too many points. But also don't want to. I can't give up. I'm not going to take the points with Lehigh either. I think I like the under the 135.5 in this game. Then you have Incarnate Word against Texas. Texas is 34.5-point favorites at home. Over-under's 130. I like the over the 130. Fresno State at Boise State. Boise State's 4.5-point favorites at home. Over-under's 118. I like the over the 118. And you have Yale at St. Mary's. St. Mary's is 12.5-point favorites at home. Over-under is set at 129. I lean toward St. Mary's at the minus 12.5. And I lean toward the over the 129. Let's see. That's all the college games we have tonight. NFL, there is none. All right, let's get to we'll get to my picks of the day. College football, I like Houston money line. I like Air Force money line against Louisville. I like I like Mississippi State, but 9.5 points is a lot of points. So yeah, I'm not taking that one. I like NC State -2 against UCLA, and I like Minnesota -5. So like Houston money line, Air Force money line, NC State -2, and Minnesota -5 in college football. And then in the NBA, I like the NBA. I like the Bucks Magic over 215.5. I like the Heat Wizards over 208. I like the Cleveland Cavaliers -5. That's going to be my picks for today. So I like NBA, Cavs -5, Heat Wizards over 208, Bucks Magic over 215.5. Then in college football, Minnesota -5, NC State -2, Air Force money line, and Houston money line. That's going to be my picks for today. I will have them up on our social media account here in just a little while. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, schedule change starting next Monday. Easy Money and Sports Betting Show will be at 1 p.m. Eastern. Still be Monday through Friday. Still on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. It'll just be at 1 p.m. Eastern instead of 11. We got a few more days this week that we will be at 11. Also, GSR, as of January 3rd, still is going to be on Monday and Wednesday and Fridays, but it'll be at 7 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. So Easy Money is going to 1 p.m. GSR is going to 7. Everything else stays the same. We got a new GWR weekly wrestling podcast, pro wrestling podcast that will be starting. First episode is going to drop January 9th. That's a Sunday at 9 a.m. Episodes will drop once a week, every week on Sunday at 9. For that, the episodes will drop on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. Got my tongue all tied there. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but so yeah, it'll be dropping at 9 a.m. every Sunday starting January 9th, and you'll be able to find it on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, all those. And if you want the video version, you'll be able to find that on YouTube. Check out our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where you can find all the information about our shows. Our daily sports picks from Easy Money and Sports Betting Show get posted on there. Just everything gets posted on our social media. If you want to know anything about the show, that's where to find it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. Don't forget, tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll have special guest, pro wrestler Gavin Alexander on GWR Live. GWR Live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Pro wrestler Gavin Alexander joins us. We got to watch him wrestle a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago, at MPG Wrestling down in Bloomington. Should be a very interesting conversation this evening, so make sure you join us for that. We'll go over my picks one more time. Houston money line, Air Force money line, NC State -2, Minnesota -5, Bucks Magic over 215.5, Heat Wizards over 208, Cleveland Cavaliers -5, and that's it. That's all the picks I gave out for today. We will see you guys tomorrow. If you're traveling back home or you're traveling somewhere for the holidays, be safe. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so tomorrow we have 11 o'clock, Easy Money and Sports Betting Show, and 1 o'clock, GSR, Gonzo Sports Room at 1 tomorrow. So come join us for that. Don't forget tonight, 7:30 p.m., pro wrestler Gavin Alexander joins us for a special edition of GWR Live. So join us tonight for GWR Live, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. Have a great day. Be safe. Peace.